Hi folks, this is Matty. Today we're testing DR Waterworks V1 Playtest 3. This is a map by Scales.
Hey Pyro, Paul in here. This contract just came in.
5, 4, 3. Ah, good old Deathrun.
Oh, slanty doors.
Okay, I have not done this before. Is this like a new map that we're playtesting? Like, because
I think so.
I swear, I feel like this has been playtested before.
I don't recognise
I feel
it.
like it's been playtested before.
Oh, this is where you're supposed to go? Oh, I thought that was just something to look at.
I don't think so, because there's traps over here.
Oh. Well, there's like something behind this vending
There's
machine.
traps I think that might be the vent from earlier that was over here.
Oh, that's weird. What does it do?
I don't know.
It's a secret.
Hmm. Oh dear, your texture alignment on these wooden planks is very poor. And it's alright to criticise detailing because this is like V1. Oh shit, whoops.
Oh god.
Ideally this should be beta, not version 1 pre-release, because the map has never been tested ever.
Can we not rush ahead, please? Thank you.
Well, R60D is presumably doing its best to kill people. So if people are rushing, then I'd say that's a flaw in the map.
I can't, this was one scout, he was too fast. And I can't kill him. He's too good at the game.
Okay, I think we have to get over there, but there's like, oh, there's two ways you can go. Like, there's a
Yeah, you gotta go,
straight.
you left, I think.
Well, wait, that thing explodes.
This is an interesting area.
Wait, it pushes you here. Why is there something that's... Is there a frickin'...
I did not make that map, you know. It was God.
Wait, how come you can stand on top of that? Is there supposed to be a collision there?
Ouch.
The detailing here kind of, well, the platforms get lost in the
It's
background,
like
No?
stand on top of that.
and all this
There was a
concrete
Jeep
stuff here
there? I don't see a
is
Jeep.
dark and detailed, so that really sticks out, whereas that should really be falling into the backdrop
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's
blew
just
up.
background
Apparently
detailing.
The physics are still active on it after it blows up, apparently. That's kind of going to be a problem.
But maybe it's not that much of a background detail because it's people have to go around it, but it certainly
Yeah,
looks like
where's the
background
next
detailing.
trap?
And those platforms on the side there pretty much can't be spotted really very easily because they're like grey, they're the same colour as the
Yeah, I think we
backdrop,
gotta go
and they
this
blend
way.
into the water as well. So I would
Oh,
maybe give those a contrasting colour, like a darker material. Maybe make them
Guessing the trap
thin
makes them
metal
go faster, I
platforms
think.
that are
Is
sticking
that
out
what
of the
it does,
water,
or is this an
perhaps.
auto trap?
Also, I think the water texture is a bit too high resolution. Maybe you should increase the scale by half or 4 times, from 0.25 to 0.5 or even 1. I don't know if you were using a cheap water there or an expensive water either. Expensive water has real-time reflections, and I didn't see that, to be honest.
Oh, that's auto.
If you're not using expensive water, then I think that would probably be a good idea because it does look quite
Yeah,
nice.
it's supposed to stand
But
in
again,
and survive
the
like this, I
high
think.
reflectivity and high density of
There's a
the
texture door model
animated
in the
normal
activated
maps of the
area.
water kind
This
of
was FYI.
distracts the eye a little bit. This area looks nice.
Is there a motivator yet, or there's an engineer over there? Oh, it's just toxic gas. Oh wait a minute, is this supposed to be a...
This is pretty cool. Bit dark though. In this room, I think you need more illumination. For some strange reason...
It's a bit hard to see like what the trap buttons actually do. From this distance.
Your ceiling...
I have no idea which trap.
Your ceiling is better illuminated than everything below. You're probably using light entities directly below those light props. You should be using light spots if you're not already, because those fluorescent light fixtures are designed to cast light downwards, and a light spot would do that for you. So you probably want to put at least 2 light spots for each lamp. Just always try and think of how light works in real life.
Oh great, and now I'm stuck hearing the sound of fucking water everywhere.
And you're getting a lot of entity network data there, where Kai was in a second
We
ago.
can disable the heart stuff. That's
I wonder
pretty
what's
cool.
causing it. Let's see if you've got any Fizzbone followers.
Why are there engineers everywhere? It's scaring me.
Huh.
I think that might be it. Just go into the thing.
Yeah, you got 90 Fizzbone follower.
Yeah, see, that's it. Oh, there's no respawn.
What's rapids?
Those are caused by prop dynamics.
Let's just go from right to left.
Character
'cause
models
chances
normally.
Like a 50-50.
You need to go to all of them and edit their
You gotta be
properties
like-
and choose disable bone
Oh, it's
followers.
50-50.
They
I think.
they chew through edicts and they also generate more
Stalemate?
network data,
Mate.
so they're inefficient.
That's not a 50-50!
What is that? It's like a 0-0.
Pyro, I'm calling here.
Oh, I want my money back now!
Nice sign. We can spray on it. You'll want to cover it with a block bullets brush, funk detail, and the surface of the block bullets needs to be at least 4
this is
units
a
away
trap or
from
not.
the texture to prevent it from being sprayed on. Also, make sure that you're using the no level of detail flag for your textures to avoid them going too low resolution and becoming impossible to read if people use low texture resolution. Only do that for things that contain text though. Don't use it for detail or general decoration textures. So it would have seemed that it's only this one pipe which is producing gas, which is good.
Is this a trap, or...?
Medic!
Oh,
Medic!
what the fuck?
Why did I hear him worldwide scout seeing medic?
Oh, it's so
That's the intercom up there. I think it overruns the voice.
Oh no, SCP! Yo, a little help here?
Oh, it's an intercom. Is this
Eat my
1984?
dust!
Where is it coming from?
From up there, from the deck.
It's from this window.
Sounds like it's coming from like a point in space from my
Did not
right
just
ear.
happen!
Coming from like everywhere. Oh,
Yeah, it's a little loud.
There's a few people up ahead.
I think you need to tune that a bit. Maybe quieten it down and also add more echo. You can control echo using the DSP effects in the sound script. What the fuck's going through here?
Oh, that's it.
I think it plays differently in single player than in undedicated servers. That's the problem. And on dedicated servers, it's much louder than on client.
You also can't hear yourself as a single player because, like, you are the person speaking into it.
Why is there music?
Is
Music
this
room?
the only way to get here through a strafe jump?
There's a music room?
I hate strafe
Oh, we
jumping.
made it.
Oh,
Oh, there is a
respawn.
respawn button.
Do
We already
rapids.
did chance, so let's just...
Please don't teleport everyone into the same position.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh, it's this minigame.
there's not enough
I
time
remember
to
something
jump.
like this in another map.
You need to increase the distance between each of the walls. Yeah, that's awkward. That's really awkward. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Also, it maybe should be obvious that the walls teleport you. I suppose it's not really necessary, but it would look better, you know. Just get rid of strafe jumping. That's mandatory, please, and just have it optional. Strafe jumping is cancer. I have yet to actually see an activated trap, personally. Because I keep dying too soon, it's my own fault.
I think
The map has
they're
good
just activating every
performance.
trap without even killing anybody.
I'll give it that.
They're not even gonna kill anybody with the traps. Okay.
Usually the map is, I'd say, beautiful.
Wait, oh, this is
Why
flipped
are you
over.
using hazard tape on these signs? Are these signs traps?
Bro-
I think the water trap with the like pillars of water could use some particle effects. But that's a personal taste.
Players appear to be split up quite a lot. This is very bad. You need to keep players together as much as possible. And it didn't seem to take them long to run
Oh,
through the map
spinner.
either.
Okay. Oh, you have to.
Oh, no, I'm
Oh,
terrible.
that's cool. There's like, it's not a normal spinner. You have to jump through certain holes. That's cool. That's pretty unique.
That's amazing.
It is, until you consider
like
that
it.
you just stand in one place and press jump when it arrives.
Yeah, maybe if it moved.
That's Sonic music.
Hey, Pyro.
Oh boy.
This contract just came in.
All right, let's see what this thing like does with the traps. I need to.
There are secrets. There is one
Should we
secret.
test out every trap one by one? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, we can do. It's a bit difficult to do that at the moment because people are kind of running away. Just try and kill
Yeah, maybe
people.
there could be some kind of anti-rush.
My God, there's already people trying to rush.
I'm going to constantly teleport them back, so don't worry about it. Guys, we're testing each trap one by one, so please don't rush.
I wish we could slow down the players. Give them like 50 movement speed.
Oh, that wouldn't really be a fair test of the traps, though. That's rather a cheap trap, just stickies on the ground. What is this, 2005?
Hey, no, you can't do that, Pyro. Fuck off. Teleport him back. Teleport his ass back.
You mad, bruh?
Just keep teleporting them if they keep doing that.
I thought it was fun.
That's what they get!
Traps, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. You don't make a map and then go, what trap shall I put in there? You design the whole thing as like one thing, if you know what I mean.
Hey!
I didn't even go ahead, he says, whilst constantly using his jetpack.
I like how this trap you can actually avoid like that. You just killed scales for no reason by teleporting them back.
This is activated.
No rules against. We're testing the map, dude.
Yeah, I mean, have some common decency and respect for your fellow mappers. You're becoming increasingly annoying and decreasingly useful PPPRC.
Wait, there's only one button, but there's like 1, 2, and 3. Hang on a second. Is this supposed to be like a... Only the 2 button is here. What about the other 2? It breaks all 3, but why is there...
I'm a bit
it's supposed to
confused
tell
why
where
there's...
the traps is. Okay.
Why is there gas coming out of these pipes as well as water, like? It's really visually noisy. Get rid of the gas. And get some better water.
Oh, it goes like that, okay. I think if you're fast enough, you can avoid it. Because like it goes from the 1 to the 3.
I think this area is a bit under illuminated as well. Again, the ceiling is more lit up than the floor. That's not how lights work.
I'm lagging when I stand on this.
What is it you're
But when
standing
I
on?
step off of it, I don't lag.
It might
I
be
don't know
because
why.
it's glass. Glass friction is really annoying to walk on, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it just feels like lag.
It's horrible. Coupled with the sound effects as well.
Same with this one here.
Personally, I always advise
you
against...
can see me up here, can't you?
We can.
Yep. Wait, can you... Yeah, you can't shoot me up here if there's a player clip.
So, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's a bit anticlimactic, to be honest. At least you've actually got 3 channels here, which is great. So you're not squeezing all the players down a narrow set of platforms. But to be honest, I think there's going to be so few players in this area by this point because people have been so split up that it doesn't matter that much. Again, those platforms in that water, difficult to see because of the lack of downwards illumination and the fact that they blend in with the water. Well, they just blend in, they're 50% grey or whatever they are in a dark area.
It's easy for them to just jump across. Oh, and that's the last trap, okay.
Oh, that's good.
Does that mean I can go ahead now?
Texture thing.
Oh, you die when you land on it. That reminds me of the start of Neo Noir.
Pyro, calling here. I saw this in front of you.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing. You're not hitting the button you hit to
That's not a trap.
progress.
That's not a trap.
Why does it have
All
hazard
the
tape on
traps
it?
have been activated. Yeah, I don't know why there's hazard tape on it, but that's not a trap.
I like this area, it looks pretty cool. Although it feels a bit downscaled, to be honest. It feels like it should be at least twice the size. Oh, there is kind of something or left. Reach the end within 4 minutes.
See, that jetpack does nothing to help us test the rapids, though. See?
Well, you only get 2 charges, so... It's easier to do this when you're humiliated and have reduced speed.
This sucks on ice.
I might make that rapid a little bit longer. It's not good, though.
When I'm satisfied that we've tested everything we can test, try and kill people, please, cars. Try and kill people as much as you can. We're going to play normally and see what flaws the map has. Yeah, you've got a problem with rushes, unfortunately. Your traps don't really slow people down, he says, whilst going through a trap that slows people down. I mean, it's hard to really explain quickly, but traps like that with the water, they stop people or they hesitate people. They collect people for a short amount of time, but what they do is they split people up into small groups. You have people standing there, and then they go through, and then other people who are behind stand there and wait, and in the meantime all the people who have already gone through it are like ahead of them. So what you're kind of doing there is separating the group into chunks, if you know what I mean. In order to slow people down, really the best and simplest solution is the anti-rush door. I know they sound kind of old-fashioned, but they're actually really good. You don't have to use just a door. You can use...
Way to go, Slugger!
You can kind of make other similar
caution
things.
tape around that trap is not very accurate.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit whack.
Like, I was way behind it, but I still died.
Like, for instance, you could make a puzzle. You know, a puzzle that one person...
Oh, no way! It was busted? No way! This is already a good map.
A puzzle that one person alone can solve, but the more people who arrive increases the rate at which it is solved, if you know what I mean.
Holy shit.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet.
Oh
They can
no,
go
do
ahead,
not
this
let
is great.
Corona hear this. Do not let Corona hear this. Oh my god.
That's it.
This is Crocodile Chop by Gnosis Auriga.
What does this do?
I wanted my fucking bustin', not some goddamn chop suey thing again.
Felt a bit queasy then, as I was jumping over these platforms and looking down. The water coming towards me kind of gave me a weird feeling, like a feeling of disorientation. Also, it's really strange that this hot steam doesn't do any damage, but landing on a solid metal pipe kills you. Also, your pipe is glossy for some reason. On the top, that might just be the material. It's glossy all over. Maybe it should have a second material for the top. It's not a major issue though. It's obviously reflecting the cube map. What you could do is actually, if it's a static prop, I don't know if it's possible to specify it. What the fuck?
Okay, what are we gonna test?
I'm in the
spinner
grounds
again,
for
or-
some reason. I'm kind of drowning or not. That was weird. I think I was teleported into the ground.
Oh, the music does stop when the minigame's chosen. Okay.
Oh, I'm shit.
Dispenser not gonna kill.
I mean, it's in a place where they'll not get affected by the spinner, so I think it's fine.
Pyro is calling.
In order to combat buildings, what you can do is on your trigger hertz, if you change it from clients to everything, it will also do damage to buildings as well. And what you could do is
This
you
music
could,
goes hard, honestly.
let's say your dispenser has 300 health. You could
Yeah,
give your
you
you
just
could give
put
your
a dispenser down and stand on it.
you could give the trigger hertz 300 damage so that it kills it in 2 hits, so that the building only lasts for 1 rotation, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of allowing the engineer to get some kind of advantage, also which encourages them to place the building carefully and choose their moments, if you know what I mean. I like the fact that you've got a line on the floor that shows the separation between the activator side and the red side. I think this spinner platform is going
You
to
have
be
to have secrets or Easter eggs.
it's going to be a little bit too
Especially on
small
a test like this.
for
I
a
don't
full 31 player red team personally.
I think we got
I think
at
it
least
needs
one
to be a
test.
little bit
And one
larger
secret,
there.
which is the music room. Yeah, this spinner might be better if it changed out a little bit halfway through. Like, some of these like walls moved from side to side. Or like,
Is it gonna get any faster? This is taking a bit too long.
You can do water jets, water streams you have to avoid. A lot of things you can do.
This is going on for a long time.
Yeah, I think we might need to increase the speed a bit faster, cause like we can't. Wait, what the? Why'd you slay us?
Because it's not gonna end.
It's gonna go forever. We have to end it. We have other maps, you know.
Could have just slayed the blue guy instead.
Is there a timer for that game, Scales? Rip. Scales is left the building. Okay.
I'm just going.
Your spinner mini game, if it's got a timer, what I suggest you do is display it on screen using a team round timer entity. All you have to do is create the team round timer entity, and when you want it to appear, you just send it the input show in HUD, and you use 1 to show it and 0 to hide it.
The music room thing is like a sacrifice thing. It's just.
Man, these scouts are annoying.
Also, I think you need to reduce the time a bit, because, like, you know, that went on for far too long. I actually quite like the classic spinner, to be honest. I know it's done a lot, and I know that people are experimenting with it, but I still think that the classic spinner is a good, fun little game. It doesn't need to be anything special. It doesn't need to have, like, lasers coming out of it and all that jazz. I think perhaps it was the maximum speed it was spinning at was not as challenging as it could have been, but I think
What was that noise?
it was alright, you know, I mean,
That's the music room token.
if you do add anything to
Oh,
it,
there's a token that you're supposed to get in the music.
then I suggest you don't
That's
Oh, yeah,
make,
it looks like a token, but yeah, it's a vinyl record.
I suggest you don't make the spinner that speed. I suggest you make it have a slower cap, because if there's multiple things to deal with, it doesn't help having to, like, rapidly dodge something and then also dodge like a laser, or keep your eyes peeled for moving fences, electricity, water, etc. You know, you have to be fair about what people are expected to manage, and also consider where they have to look as well. A decent spinner player can just stand on the spot and press spacebar every time it comes round. They can even get to the stage where they can do this automatically without even looking at the spinner, so they could afford to look at other things.
Did it, like, last round.
But if you have like two things for a
There's a
player to
secret
look
door.
at, which are in different directions, it then presents a problem, and it's not very much fun for people who aren't very good at the game. They feel like it's unfair for them, if you know what I mean. I know they have to get better, but at the same time, people who aren't as good at the game also need they need something easy to start off with, so they can get better over time. You could even have like an upgraded spinner, I suppose. You could have like the first time the spinner is played, it's at stage difficulty 1, and then the second time it's played, it's got difficulty 2, and the third time it's played, it's got difficulty 3. And each time that happens, there could be like a new element or something.
Calling here. I need something done.
Like spinner, difficulty 1 could be just a spinner. Difficulty 2 could be it's got gaps in the fence like it has now, or a fence, say. Difficulty 3 could be, I don't know really. Maybe a second spinner or something in the opposite direction. That's probably difficulty 4. I think all those people dying at once in that ending, it causes quite a loud noise when people scream all at the same time, and there's also the water falling thing, so I suggest you try and stagger the times that people hit the water if possible. But mind you, that's not going to make it a stalemate, is it? Because the blue people won't die at the same time. But you can always make a stalemate first and then kill people.
Oh, I fucked up.
So Scales, is there anything else in the map that you feel needs testing or scrutinising? Wow, how is he typing at the same time as walking? That's amazing. Oh yeah, and on the topic of rushing and what have you, rushing is made a lot easier when the traps don't really present a challenge as standard. The majority of Deathrun traps in Deathrun maps, in simpler maps,
I think somebody already rushed ahead.
are just a corridor or a room with nothing in it, you know, and people can run through uncontested, and then as soon as the
Wait,
button
you
is
already activated
pressed,
the music room and I have to reconnect due to the fucking bug where I keep hearing water? You fucking bitch!
something
I believe so. I mean, I think if we have enough time, you might be able to just put in Shrimpy's map.
Right, if no one shows me the music room secret, I have no choice but to decompile.
what was I going to say? Oh yeah, something magically appears.
Oh, it's really something.
But
Like,
they can
see
just run through
myself,
it,
damn
making it very easy to rush.
All you gotta
So
do
what I
is,
suggest you do is, like Steamworks
to go to the
Extreme,
music room, you just gotta make sure you save the person
areas are hazardous
the vents
as
and the
standard, or traps are hazardous as standard in their resting state. And then when the trap is triggered, something changes about them, which takes the runners off guard. Off guard? Takes them by surprise, and so they have to react quickly to it, if you know what I mean. And so, as standard, they're still forced to kind of move carefully
I'm just
through the
staying
traps,
spectator
and
so
they
I can
can't
see
just
the
kind of
progress
rush
of this
things.
thing.
Alright guys, thank you very much for testing this map. If you have any feedback, please leave it now, quickly, within the next 2 minutes, or leave it in the thread in the playtesting channel. I'm going to change the map in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, no
What's the
worries.
next
Your
map?
mapping has the camera. And hopefully the demo as well.
The demo man! But yeah, I like the decoration and the detailing. It's sehr good. It's sehr good, yeah.
Next on the menu.
It's a little bit chunky in places.
I don't see some... Right.
This is typical. Over time, fuck, as your skill improves and your confidence improves, your detailing will become finer.
There we go.
So you won't be like making everything 32 units thick. Occasionally you'll be making things which are 16 units thick, or even 8 or 4
Oh no,
units
my
thick.
sentry. Oh, okay.
I feel like this map is for auto mode people really, than people who, well, for like, you know, people who like the traditional Deathrun experience. Half of the traps are static hazards or auto, and the manually activated traps that we do see are a bit weak, and there doesn't seem to be many of them. And again, it's easy to rush. So it would seem that most people are caught out by the automated hazards. It's a bit of a problem really, because automated maps are pretty cool, but it's still got to be, you know, Deathrun, so you still have to have an emphasis on manually activated traps. But it's so much easier to come up with automated traps, isn't it, than it is manual. If you're struggling with coming up with manual traps, if you watch the video I made on how I changed wooden into Steamworks, I leave some tips in there, but in brief, I have like an approach where I have elements in a trap. So I have 1, 2 or possibly even 3 elements, and I mix them up. So for example, a trap could have a static element, which is a static hazard that doesn't change, like a set of platforms with a gap between them, and they also have a second element which is manually activated, such as for instance a laser that spawns at the end and then starts to come towards it.
That's pretty good.
That's by design scales. It's kind of a hybrid or compromise thing. See, my aim originally was to try and encourage people to make maps which allowed people to use weapons in Deathrun, so it would form part of the gameplay. But on the server during playtests, I allowed people to use scout double jumps and also jetpacks with 2 charges, because I want mappers to kind of see how their map could be exploited. What I tend to advise is that if you design your map with normal Team Fortress 2 weapons and abilities in mind, i.e. having clips, doors, platforms, etc. that can't be overcome using enhanced movement and so on, then by default you'll automatically make the map have less possible exploits, if you know what I mean.
Pyro, calling here. Something just came up.
I like the idea of a pyro being able to use their jetpack to get to a distant platform or something, press a button and allow the rest of the team through, for example. Or maybe a demo man could trimp charge and then skillfully air strafe onto something, which then makes the route a little bit more safe. So you're kind of trading a skill aspect for, you know, a benefit, and it encourages cooperation and also makes loadout choice matter and class choice as well, because a lot of Deathrun servers just force melee only. Sometimes they give everyone the same speed and health, and I think that kind of takes potential away from mappers to make interesting experiences. Anyway, I'm going to change the map now, guys.